Okay, so hi everyone. My name is Emily Agnello. I'm the graduate program recruiter here at LMU. Probably gotten a lot of emails with my name on it, so I'm happy you can now put a face to the name. So I do help with admissions for all the programs, but I'm here today for the Graduate Students of LMU session. So with me, I have a wonderful Denise, who is currently on the GSLMU exec board. She's also my graduate assistant. So we get to work very closely. So I'm going to let her introduce herself, and then I know how this is going to work, very laid back. If you have any questions, feel free to ask her, unmute yourself, type in the chat. Yeah, so go ahead, Denise.
Hi everyone, I'm Denise. I am currently serving as GSLMU's Chief Operating Officer. I am also a graduate student, of course. I'm in my second year in the clinical mental health counseling track. I also work at graduate admission, and I am also part of different committees like student status of women, student affairs, and yeah. So there, I'd be happy to answer your questions about student life and anything like that. So yeah, feel free to ask me.
So I'll just get started a little bit here. So Denise, do you want to tell us why LMU? So after doing all your research on graduate schools, why did you decide to come here?
Yeah, actually, I really like how LMU has been very personal from the beginning. Like during my application process, they've been very they always like try to answer my inquiries and questions like within the first hour, and my program director has been in touch, my dean, and also everyone from graduate admission. And so from then on, like I felt really connected with LMU, and also that I share the same values. They promote like social justice and diversity and equity, and that to me is such a big deal. And so yeah, that's why I chose LMU.
Anybody have any questions?
Okay, yes, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. Yeah, I've been trying to join the links, and this question might not be appropriate for this particular session, but I think I just need to ask. Is this can we get an application fee waiver for LMU?
Yes, you can. You can send an email to graduateadmission@lmu.edu explaining your financial needs, and we would consider waiving your application fee.
All right. Graduate admission.
Graduateadmission@lmu.edu. I can type it in
yeah,
on
I'll go ahead and type
the chat. Yeah, yeah. Hold on.
Okay. Thank you.
There you go. Any other questions?
Yes, I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
What if, by any chance, did you know exactly what you wanted to pursue your graduate degree in, or did you need help to decide that? Because at this point right now, I am undecisive.
That's a really good question. For me, I really wanted to be a therapist, so it was like a no-brainer for me. As I was like going through the programs at LMU, like I really decided that I wanted to do the clinical mental health counseling track. But we have program coordinators and also recruiters who can get in touch with you and help you decide which track or program you'd be interested in the future. Emily can also help you with that. She is our graduate recruiter. And so, yeah, just feel free to reach out and send us an email or call our office. Yeah.
Hi, everyone. I just have a question for you guys. I'm wondering, as far as like, I guess, quality of character that you guys look for during graduate admissions, and ways that we can show that through our application. I'm almost done. I'm applying for the MFA in film production, hopefully with a focus on creative producing, and I'm about to start the video project. So I'm trying to essentially with that show you guys qualities of character that you might be looking for, because I think that's an important aspect of the application, as well as how to tell a linear story. So I'm wondering if there's anything in particular you guys look for in the application, specifically regarding personality, or anything you guys can think of that would kind of assist me in that process.
I think Emily can answer this question.
No, I think that you should answer this question by saying, what types of qualities do you like? I mean, you interact with all the graduate students. What are some of like the similar types of qualities or things that you stand out when it just comes to the people you meet at LMU? I mean, I can easily say I think that everyone at LMU is very friendly and welcoming and very warm-hearted. Everyone's kind of here to kind of better the community, if that makes sense. It's definitely like doing good is definitely like a motto at the LMU, and you kind of shows through a lot of the personalities and just a lot of the interactions you have on campus. But Denise interacts with more graduate students, so go ahead.
Well, yes, I agree with Emily. Everyone at LMU is just so friendly and warm. And I would say like they really like to get or to take advantage all the other opportunities, at least from the students I've interacted with. They're very also open to learning. They like receiving feedback from their professors. I like receiving feedback from my professors. So just I think for the most part, just being open to possibilities and just being friendly on campus. So yeah, that's the main like culture, I would say.
Okay, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Sure. Any other questions? Yes, Jennifer.
I have two questions. One is fairly specific and one's a bit more broad. So the specific question is, I'm applying to the art therapy program, and part of the application is writing a 10 to 12 page autobiography.
Wow.
So I'm I'm working on that, and I'm just kind of wondering if you know, you had to do anything similar for your application, and if you have any guidance or advice in that process. And then the second question is a little more broad, and it's just when you were applying, and then now that you've been at LMU for a couple of years, like what surprised you, or what wouldn't you have known, I guess, when you were going through the application process?
So to answer your first question, thank God I didn't have that specific requirement. I only had to submit like a personal essay, a 3-page personal essay. I think it would, no, I shouldn't say this. I was very encouraged to apply at LMU, and I think that at least for my program, the admission requirements were fairly very easy. And also your second question, anything that surprised me. I'm on my second year, and I feel like I'm still learning a lot about LMU. And also it's really nice to have my own community with Graduate Students of LMU with GSLMU, the org that I am a part of. I am now very like close to my co-leaders, and so for me, just having that group, and then being able to, you know, find your own place in on campus, that really warms my heart. So yeah. And also we have a lot of like resources on campus, which surprised me. I've been working on with this with Emily, like different resources for graduate students. We have like, on top of my head, the library is there like 24/7. You can access, you can have access to it online 24/7. We do have student psychological services, student health services, and so all of these departments and offices are great resources for graduate students. We also have our own gym. You can pay like $20 a month, and that's so cheap. So yeah, just random things on campus. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sure.
Hi guys, another question for you. I'm sorry, I'm like doing all the questions. But do you, for internships for different, I mean, kind of overall general internships, is there a resource committee that helps us with that, or how do you guys, or not you guys specifically, but the school itself assist us in finding internships for the various programs we're in?
Great question. We do have our a specific department for that. It's called Career and Professional Development. They can help you out with internships, and also if you want to do like one-on-one coaching, or you need help with your resume, CV, they can assist you with that. And also we use the app Handshake. And so you can search for job opportunities on Handshake, and yeah, it's very easy. We have for career and professional development, they do have like office hours every Monday from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. And so you can speak to someone during those hours.
Thank you.
Sure. We also have graduate assistantships, teaching assistantships, and research assistantships. If anyone wants to explore that, you can check workday.lmu.edu. Oh, I'll type it on the chat. I keep on forgetting.
So they actually can't access Workday until they are admitted. Yes. Yeah. So, but we do have them.
Yes. For in the future.
Sorry, I didn't get that. You said it's not possible to access the assistantship until you get an admission into the school. Is that what you said?
Yes, so you can't apply to any of the assistantships until you're accepted into the program. So for programs, like MFT and SFTV, they have like program deadlines, and all your decisions come out at once. But we have other programs that have like rolling admissions, so you can apply whenever. That's why I always encourage people who have rolling deadlines to apply early, because the earlier you find out if you get in, the earlier you have access to a lot of these things.
Okay, what I want to understand, I got the point perfectly. But what I want to understand is, if I apply to a program, for example, and then I was offered provisional admission, right, which requires me to send in my official transcript and probably official test scores and some other documents, do I get the assistantship at the time of the admission, or when I get to LMU physically, or like when I travel to LMU from my country? That's what I want to
Yeah,
understand.
so when it comes to assistantships, they all have different start dates. So once you are admitted to the school, you can then go on Workday and start applying for assistantships. And start dates for them really depend on, whenever your paperwork is processed and all those things. Because I actually think when I hired Denise, it was in like December and we couldn't get her to start till like February or something because of like paperwork and different barriers that were coming up. So really it's up to you and your supervisor when that start date would be.
Okay, thank you very much.
Welcome.
Hey, hi, my name is Mano. Thank you for the program anyway. I'm looking at a master in student affairs, higher education in student affairs. I would like to know if the program is designed for international students.
Yes, we have higher education administration. The program is designed really for any students. It is mainly on campus. There are a few online classes, but most of your classes would be in person. So it would require you obviously to be at LMU.
Right.
And the program is really designed for working professionals. So a lot of your classes will be later in the day. So think of a like 4 p.m. class start, 6 p.m. class start.
Okay.
So there is an option for you to have assistantships on campus while being in the program.
All right, that's fine. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Most of my classes are either 4:30 or 7 p.m. and it lasts until like 10 p.m. So you can work during the day.
Okay.
Do you guys know anything about the military side of military benefits? Because I emailed your guys the veterans program, and I was asking about the Yellow Ribbon Scholarship that you guys offer, and I haven't received an answer back yet. So I was wondering if you guys don't know, that's cool. I can keep reaching out on that end, but I was just curious if you knew.
I'm going to be honest, I do not know, but I'm going to write this down and I will ask the rest of my office to see if anyone knows, because I can hopefully get an answer quicker. And then if so, I will email you and pass that information along.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good evening. I have a question about like graduate student campus life. I'm curious to know, like, Denise or Emily, if either of you have ever lived on campus and like as a graduate student and what that's like, as opposed to like what it would be like as an undergrad student.
Actually, we don't offer on-campus housing for graduate students. We only have those for undergraduate. But we do have a partnership with Playa del Oro. It's just down the road, like 5 minutes away from LMU. We can give you the contact number and email address of the housing supervisor, and you can, if you'd be willing to reach out to them in the future or consider that. But yeah, that's it.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. Sorry, I must have misunderstood. I think I was told that you could live on campus as a grad student, but maybe I misunderstood. But okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so our housing options for grad students are, as Denise said, Playa del Oro, which is down the road. And then our newest option we have, it's called the Graduate House. So when you leave like the back gates of LMU, you're basically in the neighborhood of Westchester, and it's all houses. And LMU owns a handful of those homes. And you can apply to live in the Graduate House, which is a house basically filled with graduate students at LMU in the back neighborhood.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's like the closest, it's walking distance. That's kind of the closest option. Obviously there is a ton of housing in LA, and it's really up to you and what you want your living situation to be. It's actually crazy. There's not really like a common trend of like, I would say, where our grad students live or what their situations are. I would say whatever's like best for you. I don't know, Denise, if you want to talk about like your experience, you're trying to find housing or whatnot.
Sure. So for me, on my own,
Denise is
plenty of
connected right
sites.
now.
Oh, I am?
Yeah,
Can you
you're
hear
good.
me?
Kind of crackling.
Okay. Is it fine? Can you hear me?
It's like
Oh,
crackling.
really? Maybe my
Oh.
Wait, hold on. Hello?
It kind of sounds like firecrackers are going off.
First, hold on.
I can hear you now. Oh,
Hold on.
now
This
it's
one.
working. I think it just might have needed a second.
Is this okay? Can
Yeah,
you
now
hear me
you're
okay?
good.
Okay, I'm good. Okay, we're back. What was the question again? I'm so sorry.
Oh, just talking about your housing experience.
Oh, housing. Yeah. So for my housing experience, I've looked at different websites, and then I found for my first apartment this year, I found one in Westchester, although that didn't really work out. So I found another one, a new one in Inglewood. It's like 10 minutes away from school. And then I have like roommates, so I could split the cost. And so, yeah, I mean, I don't have any problem going from to and from my house to LMU. I think Inglewood is a nice neighborhood and it's close to LMU. So yeah.
Thank you both for answering that. Appreciate it.
But yeah, there are a lot of housing options around Westchester. It really depends on how much you want to spend. If, say, you'd have one roommate, you'd probably pay for rent for like 1,400 or something.
Yeah. Okay.
So it really depends on
Bay Area, so it's similar to here as well.
yeah.
Okay.
Everything's expensive.
So I see a question in the chat about examples of graduate assistantships. Denise, do you have I don't know if you have any other friends who have graduate assistants on campus or what other, I don't know if you want to talk about that.
Give examples of positions. Positions for graduate assistantships. Well, I have friends who are working at undergraduate admission as well. And also, yeah, basically for graduate assistantships, it would be just like you have to do some administrative tasks. So it really depends on your supervisor on how much work they are willing to hand on to you. So
yeah, and I'm trying to think of other departments I know. So obviously,
career School of Education, yeah.
Yeah, I know they have their graduate assistant runs their social media account. So there's a ton of different ones, and it really just depends what's available, because I think I have Denise as my graduate assistant. She is here for 3 years, so I won't need another graduate assistant until Denise graduates.
Gotcha, Emily.
So it really just depends. kind of how and like what's available and things like that. But they all are posted on Workday, and I know offices need graduate assistants. I just passed along actually an opening to Denise for the Seaver College of Science and Engineering needs one, and she kind of let her friends know. So yeah.
So you guys said that there's assistance in the cinema area. What could you specify a little more on what they're looking for? Because I definitely would, part-time jobs in graduate school are important. So
yeah, so we know that they're the SFTV recruiter, Yanette. She has 2 graduate assistants who help her with recruitment related things. The student production office, they have, I think, 3 graduate assistants who help run the student production office. So help with all of the equipment. I know one of my summer student workers, he was a student production graduate assistant, and he was telling me how they're just helping make like more like efficient ways to check out cameras and like lighting materials, just trying to like make the office run smoother. And yeah, so that everyone's kind of given like tasks. It kind of just depends on like what your supervisor kind of asks you to do, but it's really within those, it would be within like the production area.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
I have a couple questions. My name's Gabe. So my first question, if I were to be in one program, could I be an assistant in a different school or a different program? Or would I have to be working for one that's within the school that I'm at?
That's a great question. You can apply to a different program or school. It doesn't have to be your own program.
Gotcha. Okay, thank you. And my second question, my life is pretty rooted in Orange County. I don't think I would move towards LA if I were to get into school, but I'm just curious, given that dilemma, what might I be missing out on, just socially or being plugged into my cohort? Are there a lot of disadvantages of not living closer to campus?
I don't see any disadvantage. I actually have 3 of my friends live in Orange County, Irvine area. And so they just come to LMU whenever they have class. I see the only disadvantage I can think of would be the traffic and the commute. But other than that, you're fine. It's
Sure.
a good 45 minutes. So
Gotcha. Okay. Thank you.
sure.
So we have 1 minute left. Any last burning questions?
Yes, let me chip in. Just want to satisfy my curiosity. Is it possible to go in for a PhD program in higher education administration without having to go through the master's program?
No, we don't have a PhD program in higher education. We have an educational doctorate for educational leadership and social justice, but you do need a master's for that program.
Okay.
Anything else? Okay, well, thank you all so much for attending. If you have any questions for Denise in the future, you are welcome to email the graduate admission email, and we will pass them along to her as she's in our office. And if you are ever interested in connecting with a student, maybe particular from the program you are interested in, you can also email us and we can connect you with students from specific programs. That's not an issue either. So yes, I'll put the graduate admission email here in the chat. Yes, as I said, feel free to reach out if you have any other questions or if there's anything we can help you with. But thank you all so much for coming. Yes?